Welcome everybody to the Property Standards Hearing Committee. My name is Tom Neal and I am the chair presiding over today's hearing in accordance with the Statutory Powers Procedures Act. Today's meeting is being live streamed by the City of St. Catharines. Individuals and media may be audibly and or visually recorded during the hearing. And no recording devices are permitted during the hearing as per Section 29 of the Statutory Procedures Act. Thank you. Do any members of the committee have anything they'd like to ask or comment on the presenter?
Through you, can we just confirm that this phone is not recorded or recording? Because we've already discussed that. This phone is propped up on the gallery.
Yeah, that's my phone, and it is recorded.
Okay, we've had this conversation.
Yes, it's been identified in the beginning of the hearing.
A public hearing.
It's being streamed on YouTube. You can grab it there.
So yes, you're correct. It's being streamed on YouTube, so I can also record this. I'm willing to challenge this with the city's solicitor.
Can the Secretary Treasurer comment on the Statutory Procedures Act and the approved rules of procedure with respect to recordings of hearings?
So under Section 29 of the Statutory Powers and Procedure Act, and no recording is to be of any hearing.
So you're going to be stopping the YouTube live stream?
That's not recording it. That's part of the process. Private, without control of what your
No bylaw can supersede the charter. This is a charter matter.
Okay, so
I don't believe you're qualified.
Please speak through me as the chair.
Okay, I apologize. I don't believe that any city bylaw can supersede the charter. Now, I know I only have limited experience through training, education, with respect to the law. Maybe I missed that day in that question on my law licensing exam. But from my understanding, cities do not supersede the charter, to my knowledge. But perhaps the chair or the chair's advisor can properly educate me on how we're not able to record a public meeting in a place where the public is otherwise allowed to be.
So I'm not an expert in municipal.
Fortunately, I am, so that's okay.
So we have a approved rules of procedure. So I'll pause the hearing. Do we have anyone from the city that can comment on that? Can you please come up to the podium or speak?
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, my name is Sean Dorchani. I'm the Director of Legal and Clerk Services. I'm the City Solicitor. And Ms. Hill does have a point. Going back to the Statutory Powers and Procedures Act, it does say that there are strict rules, but it also say that a tribunal or a committee can allow it should the chair decide that it's appropriate and there's no objection from the parties. And back to Ms. Hill's point, it is being streamed on YouTube. So at the end of the day, it is my respectful submission to you that is the same results. So essentially, if you deny an individual to record the proceeding and in the same way they can go into YouTube and grab it, that's essentially the same thing. So from a legal perspective, I would respectfully submit that it could be allowed.
I will accept that. However, I will say that we clearly identified that there's to be no recordings. That should have been identified before we proceeded with the hearing.
There was no effort to be surreptitious with my recording. It was in plain view. Everybody behind can see my screen. If you had asked me directly, I would have elicited it. We have members of the press who are going to be reporting on this. I don't understand the difference between my recording, which may be included in a video documentary in the future, versus what can be captured on YouTube, versus what might be reported in traditional print or other media.
So I would agree with you. However, in the interest of respect of the process, it would have been more respectful for the process to identify that and have this discussion prior to the beginning of the hearing, rather than have it pointed out halfway through.
It was only made aware when you addressed it at the top of the meeting, and I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to cut in after the beginning, after this committee meeting started.
respectfully for the charter challenge, and we have city legal staff here to comment, I think it would have been more appropriate and respectful to address that.
Not that I can read his mind, but I know he's a legal expert, well-versed in what is allowed and what is not. I had full faith that he would, at least in part, agree with that this recording is perfectly fine.
Fair enough. There's no need for a stand-up. I'm just saying it would have been more respectful for this committee in the hearing to step up and ask that.
I'll take that under consideration.
By participating in the open public meeting today, you are consenting to your image, voice, and comments being recorded and posted online.